Hi, my name is Tara, and I had high-grade, high-risk HPV on my cervix for almost 5 years. 1 year before I did my 5-step protocol, my diagnosis had changed from high-risk HPV to stage 4 HPV on the cusp of cancer. Here's the HPV pyramid that doctors usually show you to give you a visual of how far or how close you are to cervical cancer. So at that point, the only option I was given was another LEEP procedure, and if that had failed, a hysterectomy. Mind you, my first LEEP procedure, which was totally botched by a med student since I did not have health insurance and had to go to a free clinic, failed miserably. In fact, the HPV came back more aggressively and faster, and I was now at risk of it entering my cervix. This news stunned me. I refused to do another LEEP procedure and just gave up. I decided to give up and let HPV cancer take over and die. I wasn't proud of some of the decisions that I had made in my life and where my life was at that time, so I humbly accepted my fate. Then, that summer, I had a change of heart. I started working in impoverished communities, and I saw how the homeless and others were sharing resources and helping each other, and it made me want to try again. So I dove back into the research, but this time with prayer. I prayed and told God that if He helped me heal myself, that I would make a video to share my story to give other women hope. Now, 8 weeks after starting my protocol, I was retested by my midwife and my results were negative for HPV. And I was pregnant. So here's how I did it. First and foremost, I prayed that God gave me peace and strength during this time. I set my intentions that my detox came first, and I might have to tell people no if something they needed interferes with my detox, and that I would ignore and avoid potential arguments at all costs and stay calm and happy as much as possible. Now, step 1. I would drink my ACV tonic every morning when I woke up and at bed before night. And at night before bed. Step 2. I avoided all chemicals and sugar, even toothpaste, because I knew through my research that it feeds the HPV virus through the blood. So I brushed my teeth with baking soda and 3% hydrogen peroxide. I now have a baking soda and hydrogen peroxide toothpaste developed, so you don't have to use straight salty baking soda if you don't want to. Now, step 3. I took all natural spirulina, which is one of the most nutritious supplements in the world. Spirulina, a blue-green algae, contains much-needed iodine, omega-369, chlorophyll, and all of the vitamins and minerals the body needs. You could literally survive on spirulina and water. Now, step 4. The next thing I did was take my apple cider vinegar and baking soda baths. I was an avid shower taker, and what I found out over the years is that other women I've spoken to with HPV also rarely or never took baths. They were shower takers too. When taking the apple cider vinegar baths, I would use my finger to gently bring the solution inside and scoop out the vaginal fluids or discharge until no longer slippery. My thinking is that the bath solution touching the HPV directly would help. So I did this 3 times a week, always with a day in between so I don't throw off my vaginal floor. Okay, so the last thing I did, step 5, was follow a strict meal plan. I went to Google after praying to God first to guide my search results and searched for the most nutritious foods on earth. And repeatedly, dark leafy greens were at the top of every list. Now, I had already tried detoxing several times over the years since I was first diagnosed. The worst was when I tried to eat raw kale and spinach salads. I was so gassy and bloated, I was constipated, and I looked 3 months pregnant. I'm talking severe bowel distension. That's also when HPV had progressed to the point where I had to get the LEEP procedure, when they cut off the bottom section of my cervix. I was taking gummy vitamins and eating raw greens in a salad with vinegar, and it did not work. In fact, I think it made it worse. So after doing some more research to see why the raw greens had my stomach and my digestive system going crazy, I found that greens contain potassium oxalates that need to be cooked out or even soaked out first. I also found that kale greens are too thick and too dense for the human digestive tract, and because of this, they leave microabrasions through the digestive system on the way out. They are also so dense and dark that it's hard for your body to extract the nutrients, so it's best to cook them down, especially if that's going to be your main meal for a while. So I cooked all my greens together with pink salt, black pepper, garlic, and a little lemon pepper for a little flavor. And I ate this for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And hemp seeds was one of my toppings/snacks. Now, 6 weeks later, I stopped the protocol, and a couple weeks after that, I was at my midwife getting my first normal pap smear in just short of 5 years. Now, she also handed me a pregnancy test, but that's another story. I want to invite you to connect with me at my free live webinar where you can ask some questions, get more info, and see that you are not alone. There's more that you can do, and I want to show you. So register below and make sure you text me at 404-737-1371. Text me the word session to let me know that you're in, and I'll personally text you back. Health is wealth, and I'm just here to bridge the gap.